Welcome to What the Hell. Today we're going to talk about something that's interesting and very enigmatic, and it's going to be conspiracies.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yep, there we go. Now they can't read our thoughts.
I know. That's right, people. For this episode, we put our tinfoil hats on. Now, stuff that's real. Space lizards are part of our government.
Space aliens. I got my hair cut, so my hair's not all crazy and funky, so I can't do that properly, but yeah.
Birds aren't real. Bigfoot's walking around in Oklahoma somewhere. And people are being cloned. Mostly celebrities, though.
Yes. Oh, something else.
And we're part of the Matrix. We do have a lot of glitches.
There are yeah, right? Like, I'm shaky right now. I think it's just mostly because my blood sugar's low, but, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're watching the show, we do have tinfoil hats on throughout this thing, so the CIA can't use their brainwave machines to take control of us.
Exactly.
I feel a little bit more clear just having a tinfoil hat on. I think the chip that they put in my head when I was in the military, so they can't track us or anything like that.
Right.
But
yeah,
a lot of the theories. Oh, and don't forget, the world is flat.
oh God, yes. Yes, you can't forget that the world is flat.
Even though there was a really funny thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson did one day, is like, you're saying the world's flat. Yes, the world's flat. But so is Mars and the other planets flat? No, that's been proven that they're round. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, apparently Earth is the only planet in the solar system
That's flat.
that is flat. And see, okay, so if the world was actually flat, I firmly believe that nothing would be here because cats would be knocking everything off the edge.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And we never been to the moon.
Right, yes. And now, see, Stanley Kubrick, he filmed the entire moon landing, but he was such a perfectionist that he wanted to shoot on location.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
That's what it is. Now, there's okay, so in all seriousness, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are flying around on social media, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and there's been some conspiracy theorists that have actually come up missing.
Well, that's...
After their videos got released, YouTube took their videos down, and their accounts have disappeared, and these people are actually they've legitimately come up missing.
Yeah, I don't know about all that and everything because I'm very skeptical.
Yeah. Now,
except for the birds. The birds, I know they come down here to recharge and everything because it's close to the Air Force Base. That one I totally believe.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell you this right now, people. Most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth on this one saying that I believe it, in quotations, I'm doing the quotations on this because half the stuff I don't fucking believe.
Yeah, now there are certain things that I do believe, like with the Kennedy assassination. I think that President Johnson had a lot to do with that. That was a CIA hit.
There is so many conspiracies on just that one.
Yeah. Now, when you get hit by a bullet, your head goes into the direction that the shot's traveling. In the Zapruder film, Kennedy's head goes back and to the left. Okay? The school book depository was behind him. Okay? Lee Harvey Oswald, fight me on this one. Absolute patsy. The guy was right. He was a patsy. There's no way I don't care what kind of a marksman you are. He had a mail-order Italian rifle that was a bolt-action rifle.
He was a shitty freaking
Yeah,
shot.
dude, he qualified marksman at best. Now, a moving target, open iron sights. No, it had a scope on it. But it wasn't like your top of the line, sniper scope.
Why is all the stuff that shows that it never had a scope on it?
The photo that was doctored that showed him, holding the rifle, that was I mean, they addressed that conspiracy theory in the movie JFK, the Oliver Stone one that Kevin Costner was in. It looked like it was superimposed. But there had to have been a shooter from the grassy knoll. There had to have been.
It did have a scope on it.
Yeah, I mean, but still, the guy was a crappy shot. I mean, yeah, he defected to the Soviet Union for a while, before he came back to the States, and ultimately was wrangled into this, the assassination plot. But I think that Johnson had a lot to do with it, because Kennedy, he didn't want to go to Vietnam. He did not want to go to war in Vietnam. And the defense contractors at the time worked heavily with the vice president, Lyndon Baines Johnson, at the time. And the only way that Johnson was going to get into the White House, he wasn't going to be able to get in there on his own merits at all, period. In fact, the only reason why he won re-election, well, I say re-election, the only reason why he was elected president after Kennedy was assassinated was because he was riding the coattails of the Kennedy legacy. And and still, even to this day, even with like Robert Kennedy, he had a revolver that only carried 6 shots. There was 8 shots fired in that hotel kitchen. There's a conspiracy theory out there that one of Robert Kennedy's bodyguards fired the fatal shot. Sirhan stood in front of Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy was shot from behind.
I would have to see it.
But yeah, John F. Kennedy, he was taken out by the CIA because he kind of left them hanging out to dry on the Bay of Pigs. The mob was part of it too, because they knew that as soon as Castro got outed, that they were going to be able to move in, set up their casinos, and it was going to basically be a safe haven for them. Johnson wanted into the White House. The CIA and the defense contractors at the time probably made some kind of a backroom deal with him that, hey, look, if you get us Kennedy, we'll get you into Vietnam, and we'll get you into the White House. Or, if you get us into Vietnam, we'll get you into the White House. And the only way that they were going to get into Vietnam is if Johnson was president. There's so many moving parts, and they got that 50-year agreement of non-disclosure. They were supposed to release everything associated with the Kennedy assassination after 50 years. We still have not received anything.
I thought they opened it up during Trump's administration.
Everything that was opened and released was redacted.
Okay.
Heavily redacted, because people that are still that had anything to do with the assassination, they're still alive. So we're not going to find out about anything. We're not going to be able to prosecute anybody until all the players are dead.
We could probably see it. Another one is, and I love this one, the Denver International Airport.
Oh, with the secret underground tunnel going to NORAD?
The Doomsday Bunker. It's also has signs for the apocalypse, and it's actually the staging area for the Illuminati.
Yeah, because if you go to Fort Carson, Colorado, and my son Chauncey took me there whenever he was still stationed there, there's signs on that mountain that state is a military installation. Do not go past this sign. And it's really kind of spooky, because we went up there at night. I tried to get a picture of it, couldn't do it because the flash, because it's a very highly reflective sign. So if you try to take a picture of it at night, it's just going to completely white out
You could
your
probably
lens.
do it with the phones we have nowadays.
Yeah, probably so. But there's a special forces group that's up there also. There's also NORAD itself.
Is it over by Bridgeport?
No. I mean, it's there in Colorado Springs, Cheyenne Mountain.
No. There's I think a mountain. Oh God, I'll listen to the guys talk about it. It was in Bridgeport. I think it was in Colorado, but they do a lot of mountain training there.
I'm gonna have to try to do this without my headset. So if I start to trail off, let me know, and I'll just get closer to the microphone. But for the first episode of the day, no, it was the second episode.
Yeah.
I broke my headset because, I don't know. That's the secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
They're cheap plastic.
It's skull candy. Way to drop the ball on that one, skull candy.
Okay, you need to move back just here.
Just a little bit, yeah. Okay. Because I'm all up on it. Yeah. No,
a lot of people, because a lot of these conspiracy theories come about because of movies or books or something like that. Like we're living in the Matrix was because of the Matrix movies and everything like that. And there's a lot of things that can't be explained that. Like glitches in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Whenever something happens, is there was one where a guy like dropped something, it bounced and put it back to his hand. I was like, oh, glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
But
and plus we've got all these photos, and I'm not eliminating the idea that they were photoshopped, but you see these like old retro turn of the century 1800s photos, and there's just random people in the background that are holding cell phones.
Well, someone sent me one that through the it was Mike Tyson's fight in 1995.
Yeah.
And he was saying, it was like, oh, we didn't have webcam or digital cameras back then. I was like, dude, that's this one right here.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, that's fake. I'm like, really? That's another thing that a lot of people, for conspiracy theories and everything like that, you can't talk to them that well and give them facts, because if you actually give them facts, their mind is set, and they just, whatever facts you give them and everything like that, they just dislodged and goes away. It's like the whole thing nowadays, and this is the only political thing on here, is the voter IDs that's going around right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of states are implementing them and everything like that. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he goes up and is like, oh, it's because of this. It's because of people that are minorities can't get IDs, and that's the reason why they're doing this, and they work late hours. That's the reason why they can't vote. And I was like, well, I pulled up the law in Georgia and literally went verbatim from the law. I was like, well, they can vote by this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. And he's like, I'm totally right, you're totally wrong. We'll just agree to disagree. I was like, I'm giving you facts.
Yeah.
I was like the new one right now with the horse dewormer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can thank
ivermectin.
Yeah, we can thank Joe Rogan for that one. That was.
Yeah, there's a lot of see the problem. Conspiracy theories are rooted in misinformation from both sides. Because either one side wants you to get the truth, and the other side, like Big Pharma, they don't want you to know the truth because they're gathered around this cure, this vaccine for COVID, and I don't know, it's just the whole thing seems shoddy because here we are. They didn't go through trials. They didn't go through the testing. They didn't get the FDA approval, but yet the government's pushing these vaccines on people.
It's because they want to track us.
Yeah, there's that. There's the tracking. There's the rewriting of your DNA. There's...
And 5Gs is just trying to make you complacent to the government.
Well, you're going to have to try a lot harder than that.
No, the reason why.
No, not you. I'm talking about the government.
No, the vaccine being trackers and everything like that. There's literally a TikTok video, and you can find this. I'll try to put it on the thing if I can find it again. But it was literally as of military people telling you that they couldn't possibly put a tracker that small into your body, and it actually worked because there's times that we bombed our own men because we couldn't find our own men, and they did it on accident.
Yeah.
So if you think the government can actually pull this off, bravo to you. We know the government, and we know they can't.
Yeah, just because you see a Ford commercial that says military-grade aluminum, just know that there's hundreds of thousands of American veterans laughing their asses off on their couches at home because we know what military-grade aluminum reacts like.
That's another thing is a lot of people that say it was like, oh, it's military-grade, so it's the best possible. Every veteran will laugh at you.
Because your shit is always made by the lowest bidder. One of my favorite theories out there, and this one's actually kind of been proven because geology and all of the science that goes behind it, the giant volcano that's under Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. It's a supervolcano.
Yeah.
If it erupts, it could wipe out the U.S. Conspiracists believe that the government knows when the eruption will happen. So that's where the theory comes in. Because Yellowstone is 3,500 square miles.
That's a world ender, though.
It is. But under the park, there's an active volcano that measures 44 miles across, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the entire U.S. Like you said, it's a world ender. The volcano last erupted 630,000 years ago, but there are some conspiracists that are convinced that the next eruption could happen any day. Some believe that the U.S. is drawing up contingency plans because the government knows the eruption is imminent. Conspiracists also point to videos of animals running from Yellowstone, which people think is a sign of a coming eruption, because the animals know.
Well, is the whole thing with that tsunami down in, I think it was Fiji?
Yeah, right in there. Yeah, the 2004. Yeah.
Yeah. There was this kid that said, hey, all these animals are coming that are mainly supposed to be from the sea, like seagulls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're going more inland. And she got her family out because of that. And basically saved her family because it was a little girl, probably around 14, 15. And she noticed that. And that saved her family. And in all cases, a lot of the times for like earthquakes and everything like that, the animals do have a little like safety switch.
Yeah, they do. Dogs, cats, birds. I mean, they'll get a little skitsy just before something natural happens, like an earthquake or a tornado or something like that.
Or ghost.
Or ghosts. But I've seen this on multiple television shows about this super volcano. And if it does go off, I mean, it's not going to be like an earth-splitting kind of a thing where we're going to become two separate, celestial bodies, but it's going to basically create a nuclear winter.
Yeah.
So, and all the prepping in the world's not going to help because, I mean, we still got to filtrate the air because there's going to be tons and tons and tons of ash.
You're talking a new ice age.
Yeah.
Because all the ash and everything will be will basically cover the earth to a point where we're not going to get any sun. But cockroaches will live. So there's
that. Let me see here.
But I still like the space lizards one.
Yeah, space lizards. Yeah.
Because okay, the stem for this, sometimes it's space lizards, sometimes it's interdimensional lizard people. And Alex Jones will probably get flagged for that one. Coined that a while ago, and sheeple. Better believe that the space lizards are coming for us.
Aliens.
Interdimensional space lizards.
Interdimensional space lizards. The multiverse. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what movie I watched this weekend that I haven't seen in a while? It's very pop cultured, and a lot of people didn't see it when it first came out. Bakaru Banzai and the.
That's on my watch list on Amazon. It really is.
You haven't watched it, or?
I saw it when it came out. Like my dad, every time that movie was on, it was just like, and the one thing I remember from that movie when I was a kid was just like, it doesn't matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, there was just like a rush of like cheapy B-rate type sci-fi movies that Hollywood just rammed out there.
Well, that was the point of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because it was a rock musical.
Yeah, it was a rock opera.
Sci-fi. And what else was there? There was something else. Oh, it was a samurai movie, or martial arts movie. It was just, they were trying like thousands and thousands and thousands of things on that movie.
Okay, so like, all right, Battle Among the Stars had that one starship, like the main starship that had the 3 points on it. They used that footage and sound effects in like 2 or 3 other movies also. But yeah, like Ice Pirates had it. There was Ice Pirates. There was Battle Among the Stars. There was Cherry 3000. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Had Molly Ringwald in it. And was that Peter Weller that was in that?
Hold on. I haven't
Anyways,
seen that movie in forever.
I know Michael Ironside was in that.
3000, right?
Yeah, Cherry 3000. But another one is that there people believe that there's a chamber behind Mount Rushmore,
Yeah.
like a secret chamber. But he created the sculptor Gudson Belaragum created an 18-foot door behind the landmark that leads to an open room that's 74 feet long by 35 feet high. They said that he intended it to place America's most prized possessions in this room, and it was supposed to be called the Hall of Records. While the room does contain important historical documents like the U.S. Constitution and Declaration of Independence, it's now sealed off from the public, leading to many to create theories. Some believe that the government is hiding something incredibly secretive, like proof of extraterrestrial beings. Others believe that there are hidden treasures in the room, an idea explored in Nicolas Cage's National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
The Georgia Guildstones, famous monument that's known for its bizarre inscriptions, led to a number of conspiracy theories. This is built in Elberton, Georgia.
Oh my God, Lawrence Fishburne was in that movie too. Cherry 3000.
Oh my God, yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And who are you saying that was in it?
Michael Ironside, as any gamer knows, is the voice of Sam Fisher. He also played Jester in Top Gun.
He's not on here.
Really? I could have sworn that Michael Ironside was in that movie.
Mm-mm.
It might have been another one, and I don't know. Anyways, of course, there's the all famous contrails, are just secretly chemicals that the government's spraying into the air. Any pilot worth their salt will tell you that it's just a reaction of the friction of the moisture in the air coming off of the wingtips.
Yeah, because you get it mostly
at high altitudes.
Yeah.
Let me see here. There's a sinkhole that opened up in Louisiana, sparking conspiracy theories throughout the state. 2012, a 34-acre sinkhole opened up in the Bayou Corn, Louisiana, and it's still growing. It's being described as a voracious maw, 325 feet across and hundreds of feet deep, swallowing 100-foot trees, guzzling water from adjacent swamps, and belching methane from 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's portable hell. You never noticed that?
Right, yeah. Some even say that they caught a glimpse of hell in it. I was just about to say. Others believe that this sinkhole is connected to the entire Gulf of Mexico, hinting at a future cataclysmic event that will swallow the entire region. In other words, everything between Texas and Florida will be sucked into the earth. There is no scientific proof that this is true.
Don't forget the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, yeah. That's where Waldo, Carmen Sandiego, and JFK, they're all sipping Mai Tais under an umbrella.
Yeah, and Atlantis there.
Yeah.
That's where Atlantis is.
And for years, people across Minnesota have been hearing a low humming or roaring sounds coming from the sky. Cities across Minnesota. Let's see here. In 2011, many people in Alexandria, Minnesota, caught the alarming sounds on camera, bringing attention of the phenomenon and sparking conspiracies. In 2018, theories were reignited when another higher-pitched sound was heard in Minneapolis. Some simply blame it on airplanes, but others think the sounds are something a little bit more sinister. They believe that the sounds are from extraterrestrial beings or secretive military training.
Yeah, it's interdimensional training.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let me see here. 1998, there were 3,000 reports of UFOs in
Those are real.
Worthville, Virginia. Yeah.
Those are actually real.
In all seriousness, I totally believe in life outside this planet. I believe in intelligent life that they visit us, and here's why. To simply believe that we, as human beings, are the only life in this universe, and that we are what God looks like. Because it says in the Bible, God created us in His own image, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing that God is all power, all powerful, all knowing, omnipotent, omnipresent, that God can take on any form that He wants. To think that we are exactly what God looks like, isn't that just a little bit arrogant as a species?
Just a wee bit.
And to think that we went from flying basically a leather belt powered plane for 100 yards at Kitty Hawk to 100 years later standing on the surface of the moon, to think that we did that without outside assistance or outside technology. I'm kind of saying no on that one.
I don't know. I think you're not in the belief structure you need to be in. Honestly, you need to
be that as it may.
Stop being a sheeple. Okay. Stop being sheeple. God. Sometimes I just don't know where your mind goes at times, especially on the. You're one of those people that believe in Bigfoot, though.
Yeah, and the Loch Ness Monster. There are things in this world that cannot be explained through traditional common sense. I mean, science at some point steps in, and as a person who believes in Christ and believes in God, I believe in dinosaurs. Okay?
Yeah, well, we have definitive proof of dinosaurs.
Exactly.
But we don't, because that film footage of Bigfoot from what we always seen, everything like that was doctored. Well, it wasn't doctored; it was made up.
The definition of faith is belief in the unseen.
I gather that. I'm not saying that there's not something like Bigfoot. I'm just saying I'm one of those people that you show me the proof, the actual definitive proof.
And on top of that,
real.
I've seen things flying in the night sky that I cannot explain. All right, I was one of these kids.
They've already came out and said the Navy's came out and said, yeah, UFOs are real. Of course, it was the same time frame they needed to block something else. So.
Yeah, but
also don't forget that we have a moon base that are fading off space bears. Which, did you know the lead actor died here recently off of Whitest Kids You Know?
Run that by me one more time.
Okay, have you ever seen? It was on MTV. It was the Whitest Kids, you know.
Okay.
They did like parodies.
Yeah, there was a parody of Kids Down the Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the lead role guy, but he was also in a TV show that was very small called Breaking In. He was in the pilot in the first season.
Okay.
And he died in a car accident recently.
Hmm.
But they did that whole there's space intergalactic space bears and wizards and everything like that. He was in a presidential press conference and everything. He was like, "Are you being serious about this?" I was like, "Yes." Now, if you look, I was like, "Wait a minute." At the end of it, it's like, "Wait a minute. Are we invading Iraq?" All right, you got me.
God. There's an abandoned ghost town in New Jersey. Theories are popping up that the town was site of a group that practiced interdimensional travel. So it's called Ong's Hat. It's an abandoned town in the Pines Barrens of New Jersey.
Is that where they got the Jersey Devil from?
Don't know. Town dates from the 17th and 18th centuries, but the population dwindled dramatically in the 20th century, ultimately making it a ghost town. Some believe that the town became populated again a few decades later. But in the 1980s, a pamphlet was published saying Ong's Hat was home to a group of people that practiced interdimensional travel. The pamphlet claimed that the group started when two scientists from Princeton University moved into the abandoned town and eventually made the egg, which allowed people to travel to alternate universes. According to the pamphlet, the machine transported the entire group to a different dimension to escape police investigation. The theory spread throughout the internet, and some people have come forward to claim that they were part of this group, but there's no evidence that this group existed.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm. And an astronomer, why can I not say that word, astronomer?
Astronomer? God, now you have me doing it. Astronomy. Okay, I can say astronomy.
Astronomy.
Astronomer. Man,
What in the hell?
What'd you do to us?
These don't work.
As Johnny throws around his tin cap.
An astronomer. It's like saying the word enemy. For the longest time, I couldn't say it. It would always sound like I was saying an enemy.
God, would you stop it?
Yeah. Anyways, so a guy that looks at the sky at Ohio State University recorded a signal that's theorized to be sent from an extraterrestrial being. August 15th of 77, astronomer.
God, would you stop?
Astronomer. Anyways, guy named Jerry Ehman.
No, I can't.
That's gonna bug the crap out of me.
No, it's not even that. It's. I know it's wrong.
Astronomy. I cannot. Why can I not say that word today?
I don't know.
Jeez. I know. I just might need to go take some shots myself. Good Lord. Jerry Einman recorded a radio signal using the Big Ear telescope at Ohio State University. The sound was loud and lasted 72 seconds. He wrote "wow" on the printout, giving it the name the "wow" signal. Unfortunately, the signal was never heard again, leading many to believe that it might have been extraterrestrial. Others theorized that it was just a comet that the telescope was picking up, but Inman doesn't think that that is true. Some think that the signal recorded was just a glitch in the telescope. And the Masons hold an annual meeting at the Malhour Cave in Oregon every year. The cave has a long and interesting history dating from the pre-colonial area, but the 3,000-foot cave was once used by Native Americans but is now owned by a Freemason group called Robert Burns Masonic Lodge. Every year they hold a meeting inside the cave, raising a number of conspiracy theories. The conspirators are convinced that the cave has a door to hell, while others think that it connects to an underground tunnel system that stitches across the U.S. to other Mason-focused locations. Others believe satanic worship, and sacrifices occur in the cave. In Centralia, Pennsylvania, is famous for fires that are burning underground, indefinitely making the town a ghost town. But
okay, hold on.
Astronomer.
God, you still can't do it.
I still can't. Astronomer. Astronomy. Astronomy.
Astronomer.
Astronomer. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but there's some think that the government started this fire. So in 1962, Centralia lit a landfill on fire to get rid of its trash. But Centralia is a coal mining town. Okay. Fire spread to the coal mines that laid up underneath the town, and eventually the fires made the town unsafe, forcing people to move away. The fire still burns today, and it's all underground.
Well, strange enough, it can actually have it do it if there's enough oxygen in the soil.
Yeah.
Or something to force it to. One, it's oxygen and is one fuel source, and another one is mineral gases or something like that. Now, strangely enough, potting soil. I had when I actually had owned a house. There was a little potting thing that had potting soil in it and everything like that. Well, one day we put our cigarettes out in it, and we had to put water in it after like 3 days because when we went outside, the bricks were like super hot, and it's all because that fire kept on going.
Yeah.
So you can light soil on fire.
Let me see here.
So
A lot of these are going to be UFO type stuff, but I mean, point is, conspiracy theories, the thing about that is that they're going to be some of them will just be so incredibly outlandish that you just have to look at it and be like, what were you thinking?
yeah.
Some of these other ones, depending on what your belief system is, will hold more water than others. There's going to be your more contemporary conspiracy theories, like ones surrounding the Democrat Party, things of that nature. And I hate this term, but the military-industrial complex. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that involve that. I don't know. I think Tommy Lee Jones said it best in Men in Black. People are stupid. They're just dumb animals. And a lot of the secrets that our government holds is for their own good. And I'm talking about the people, because they're just not ready.
Yeah.
It's like if a UFO were to park itself outside the White House lawn, and a guy comes out and says,
And what's really strange about that is there's still a lot of people that, even though they walk and talk and everything like that, they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, they would chalk it up as some kind of like big seats, Hollywood theatrical thing. They would chalk it up as a movie set. They would find a way to dismiss it because their brains are not capable of processing that type of information yet.
Look at the people that actually believe that we've never been on the moon, when you have like Buzz Aldrin punching a guy.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin, who walked on the moon.
Yeah.
Physically, the second man to ever step foot on the moon, goes and punches the dude out because the guy sat there and tried to say, hey, why don't you just give it up and admit that the whole thing was staged?
Yeah, it's...
If you dig deep enough, you can find reasons to believe anything.
Didn't Mythbusters show that it was...
yeah, because there was somebody that said, there's no stars in the backdrop. I can hear myself there. There's no stars in the backdrop, but given the fact that you're in direct, non-filtered view of the sun, yeah, you're not going to see any stars. And they're like, well, what about the flag waving? Well, the flag wasn't waving. The flag was in a vacuum, or is in a vacuum, and its weight was causing it to move. Because they had to put that bar across the top so that way you could see it. And when they went back and forth like this, it caused the flag to go like that. It's called inertia.
Yeah.
So yeah, they disproved a lot of that stuff. A lot of the theories that we faked it. There was even a show where there was, like an absolute moon landing denier. He was convinced that yes, we did in fact land on the moon, because it was like three guys. One was a conspiracy theorist. The other guy was like an ex-CIA operative, and the other one was like he was an astronaut. So they went around and they disproved the faked landings, and they proved that we did in fact, yes, go to the moon. Because we've still got that reflector sitting up there that people can bounce lasers off of.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if we didn't go to the moon, how did we put it there?
it it's so funny how people just it's like the anti-vaxxers, and I'm not talking about the vaccine right now. I'm talking about anti-vaxxers from like polio, measles, chickenpox, and everything. And it was started by a very renowned scientist, Jenny McCarthy, that figured this all out. I mean, she is a heavily scientific person. Don't let her big breast size fool you, because
she doesn't have any. No, her breasts are not big.
Yeah, they are. They're double D's.
What?
Yeah, they're double D's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't need you to go look it up. But okay, fine. Yes, Jenny McCarthy does a lot of her research on her back, usually with her ankles pinned back behind her ears, because that's the
well, that's how you get the scientists.
Einstein proved that is an effective thinking position, but I mean, usually most of the people that assume that position are questioning their choices in life, but
yeah, 34D.
Whatever. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, I'm okay with vaccinations. I am, but they have to be tested and they have to be proven to work. I don't know.
But also, you got to look at how a lot of the what you call it, celebrities have been cloned.
Yeah.
Even though the scientists and everything like that tell you we haven't even come up that great for cloning humans.
I think our foil hats need to become part of the permanent backdrop.
We can put it on.
Put it on top of Skeletor.
Yeah, we'll put it on top of Skeletor. But anyways, that's the end of this episode. And if you have
any other conspiracy theories that you would like to share with the rest of the class, please feel free to do exactly what we've been harping on since we started doing this show together. Get engaged. Leave comments in our Facebook Messenger page. Leave comments on YouTube. Get engaged. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on Apple, Instagram, Twitter.
I think I'm going to name this episode "The Real Conspiracies Theories." But I just find a lot of this stuff, conspiracies, entertaining. I don't believe in most of the stuff because I'm.
See, the thing about conspiracy theories, though, is that a lot of them are rooted in fact. Somewhere there is a fact.
There's a small pungent of fact.
Like, okay, I believe in ghosts to a degree.
Ghosts? That's not like a conspiracy theory because it's actually real.
Yeah, but I believe in UFOs.
Yeah.
I believe that there is a controlling body somewhere in this world that is telling the world governments what to do.
Yeah, the Illuminati.
Yeah, so...
Even though the Illuminati is a scientific group back in, 1500s or 1600s?
Something like that.
That the whole reason why they actually made that group was because the Catholic Church was suppressing scientific theories.
Yeah. But
that's where the Illuminati actually came from. And by the way, Illuminati is spelled the same forwards and backwards.
Aliens.
But anyways, engage with us. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and Twitter. I mean, most of if there's a social media outlet out there, you could probably find us. And believe. Thank you for watching.
Out there.
I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton, not the Space Lizard clone.
And thank you very much.